Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and we've got some rather exciting things to talk about today. You see, the Old Realms mod, the Warhammer Fantasy conversion for Bannerlord, just received a absolutely massive update. But not only that, it's now available on Steam, meaning that you don't have to go on ModDB and download stuff. You can easily just go onto the Steam Workshop, click download, wait a bit because it does take a while to load, and then finally just play. Now keep in mind also you will see an option to build your cache after you've finished your first load. The first load is going to take a while, by the way, but after that you're pretty much fine. But build your cache, that can take another 20 to 30 minutes and then you're good to go. So anyways, let's talk about the mod. There's a lot to talk about. If you're a fan of the Bannerlord stuff, or if you're a fan of Warhammer Fantasy in general and you're just waiting for, you know, the drought to end for Total War, this is definitely something that's going to keep you busy until then because there's a lot to do. It's not a fully fleshed out world just yet. Keep in mind that this is a gigantic project, but with each update it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's just so cool to be able to see that. So there's two cultures available, just like in the last update. This is the Empire of Man, or the Vampire Counts of Sylvania. So there's already a decent amount of things that you can play with. You've got two cool factions, and you just have to do the usual stuff. You know, make your character, the usual RPG aspect that you get from Bannerlord and stuff. Keep in mind that if you do turn your character into a vampire, because that is very, very much possible, your look is very different to what you already have. Anyways, it is important to note that all the main skills and stuff are very different. It's not like the usual Bannerlord. You do have the usual stuff, you know, like throwing and stuff, but you do have spellcraft, you have loads of access to different things. It's all got custom art too. It's really, really cool. You will also notice that a lot of the music is custom made. I think they're adding more and more each patch, but that's going to take a while. I'm not playing it just because I want to talk about all the stuff here first. But with regards to skills and stuff, if you've played Bannerlord before, it follows the same format that you're already used to. If you haven't played before, but you've been waiting to pick up this game just specifically for this mod, you're fine. Don't worry, it's simple enough. You do your whole family background stuff, that gives you some basic skills to get started. Think of it like a basic RPG, essentially, and then you go from there. You can get your skills up as you start, like using weapons or magic and stuff. So don't you worry. It's not a difficult thing to learn. I think that's probably the best way to explain it. Just go through the motions, see which one that you prefer, and, you know, go and create your custom character. I'm going to be using a cheat mod here and going very easy and all that type of stuff because I just want to go around just to show stuff off. But in general, it's going to be quite a fun thing. I'm going to make a vampire because vampires are cool. And I actually just really like vampires. Vampires and necromancers can be able to summon stuff in. You know, you can get some skeletons for free, and it's just cool, right? Anyways, once we get into the world map, you can see that there's a decent amount of playable area. The map is absolutely massive. We'll go over that in just a second. But from the playable areas, you've got all the way from Sylvania to Altdorf, you've got Wissenland, you've got Solland, you've got the Moot, you've got Talheim, so you've got Talabecland. There's a lot of areas to play around. You've got enough to pretty much do a really fun campaign. At least that's how I've been seeing it. The map itself features the whole Empire, a bit of the Badlands, a bit of the Southern Realms, Bretonnia, the World's Edge Mountains, and a bit of Kislev too. More and more will come in as patches happen, but keep in mind that everything is a work in progress, so yes, there will be some visual glitches here and there. It's just how it is, but this is a dedicated team who love Warhammer Fantasy, who are trying to create the world that they really care about into a completely different engine and stuff. This is just honestly, it's breathtaking. That's the best way I can say it. It's absolutely breathtaking. Even with this being a small part of the Warhammer Fantasy world, there's already a lot of units to play around with. So if you haven't played this style of game before, you get the basic units. So it's usually like a levy or a peasant and stuff, and then you just upgrade them as time progresses. But if you go to different locations, say for example, we've already been looking at the Sylvanian stuff. These aren't the undead. You will get the undead a little bit later for a different mean. But if we go to, say, Altdorf or any other place, you can see that an Empire recruit goes all the way from an Empire State Troop or an Empire Crossbow. Hell, you can make them a sergeant, a greatsword, a halberdier, the units that you're used to kind of using on the tabletop. It's kind of nice to just progress your way there. Yes, you do have access to gunpowder units. When you start looking towards like the whole encyclopedia, because this is a great way to find characters and stuff like that. Like I will have some more videos coming out on the subjects later on throughout these weeks, but what you can see is that there's a lot of different different units. Hell, there's even stuff like Al-Muqta's Desert Dogs and stuff, because they're preparing for, you know, loads of different things. There's already, like, some regiments of renown. There's loads of factions, you know, Dwarves, Ungors, Wood Elves, Chaos, Cultists. You'll see a few of them going around the map. And if you haven't loaded in your shaders, you will notice that they just won't load the pictures. And it'll take a while to actually just load in. But yeah, learn from me, because I'm going to do that after this video, essentially. And if you're wondering why my mouse is being a bit strange, where it's just not showing up exactly what it's supposed to be, it's because I'm playing in a 4K monitor and I kind of bulked up the settings. Yeah. Anyways, so you just start your campaign as normal as you would with any Bannerlord game after downloading these mods, and just go on your merry way. Go down to wherever you start, obviously, because you might start in a different location, and recruit some troops. Or if you're playing as a vampire or necromancer, take advantage of the fact that there's graveyards in the area and start getting up some skeletons. You need to start bolstering up your forces, as, well, you don't want to start dying out very quick, do you? Just like Bannerlord, you'll have to be very careful early on, as, you know, there's going to be forces that are going to be out there to kill you. Instantly, there's going to be loads of stuff which is already going to be hostile. And if you're running around with basic troops, for example myself, I've got 33 units in total, right? I've got more than them, but I'm using basic skeletons, so it's not going to be the best way to go about it. Now, I did win, but then again I did cheat, I must admit, and yeah, I've got a bunch of equipment now, and you can see I can start, yeah, just making my character my own, which is an absolutely amazing thing about this game, and I love the fact that this is here, because it gives us that Warhammer kit bash, doesn't it? Sure, my character isn't going to win any fashion shows, but he is going to be able to start carving out his own future and possibly become the ruler of Sylvania, because yes, you can take over kingdoms if you so wish. As far as I'm aware, not all unique cities have unique maps just yet. Here we are in Altdorf, and again, that's a bit much to expect considering that this is still a very early development mod. This is going to take a while. This is going to be patches and patches to make this an absolutely massive thing, but it's already feeling absolutely gigantic. It's kind of nice traveling inside the towns and seeing, you know, guards with repeater handguns and stuff, which is absolutely terrifying. Mostly because I play a slow undead faction and I kind of like playing with the vampires and stuff. So seeing all the gunpowder that the Empire has, you know, which you can recruit yourself. Keep in mind that this game is very sandboxy, so you are able to mix and match, I believe, unless anything has been subject to change from the last time I've played it. But this is a really exciting thing because it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. You're starting to notice more detail. There's so much with like named characters and stuff that you can see. Archeon the Everchosen. Not everything's going to look like the tabletop mini. I'm imagining that a lot of stuff is going to take some time, so keep that in mind. Don't like think, oh yeah, this is going to be super quick. The modders are doing their absolute best and they are producing some really cool results. Like each time they post their monthly updates, it's absolutely breathtaking. Many people have said that they've wanted a Warhammer game which is open world, you know, sandboxy. Think of it kind of like Skyrim and stuff. Well, this is a little different, obviously, because it's a Bannerlord format, but this is probably the best option. You can command armies, you can cast magic, you can form a kingdom, you can do so much with this. This mod has an incredible amount of potential. If you want to try it out, you can find it in the description below. Like I said, you need to download it, then you need to load for a while, then you need to do the shaders. It's very important if you want the game to run as good as possible, but it's so good, you're going to regret it if you don't try this out. But let me know what you guys think about this mod in the comments below. Let's start a bit of discussion. And I'm going to give this a really long stream today on my Twitch channel, so twitch.tv/thegreatbookofgrudges. Come by if you want to check it out whilst you're waiting for the loads or just chilling anyway. It's always kind of fun to talk about lore.